Hello and welcome. I'm Brett Connor.
And I'm Royce Connor, and this is The Best We Can Do. Here's the best we can do on today's episode. We are opening up the advice desk. We are here to solve your problems, listeners and besties.
Oh my gosh, Royce, this is going to be a great episode. We reached out to our listeners. We asked them to send us things in their life that they would like some advice on. And boy, listeners, did you deliver. We've got some good stuff for you today.
We heard from people from across the country and around the world. I had no idea people were listening to us anywhere outside the room we are recording in, but it was very nice to hear from people.
Thank you, listeners. We are going to let you know what they had to say. Now, some gave us names, some gave us pseudonyms, some are anonymous. That's totally fine. But we're going to share our best take on how we can help you, listeners, do better and do the best you can do.
Enjoy delving into the vast wisdom that neither one of us actually possesses.
You're definitely about to learn that, listeners.
We should apologize ahead of time.
I'm not apologizing. This is it. You've listened all this time. You know what you're going to get. You wrote in asking the Connor twins for their advice, and you are going to get it.
You should know better. We blame you.
All right.
Shall we launch in with our first request for advice?
Absolutely. I'll take it, Royce. Here we go.
Yay!
This is it in its entirety. Advice from Brett and Royce. No thank you. That's it.
Who's that from?
That is from Sam in Andorra. Royce, do you know what Andorra is?
It sounds like Star Wars. What is this?
That is in Europe, Andorra.
Here's some advice, Sam. Get all your friends and family an atlas so they can see where you are.
I agree. So technically, this is not a request for advice, but it does, I think, set the tone for today's episode.
It sure does.
Because she has come to the realization that I would have thought was self-apparent. Why are you listening to advice from us?
Agreed.
You want some advice, Sam in Andorra? Don't take advice from us. But by not taking our advice, you're taking our advice. You're trapped. You are now my prisoner of logic. Look, Sam, you don't want advice from me? Fine, don't take advice from me. But you're going to keep listening because I know you want to hear what my advice is for other people.
Sam, I have to agree. You should also not take advice from Brett. But you should listen to everything I say because my advice has never, ever, ever gone wrong for anyone ever. That's why I work for the Trump administration.
All right, let's get to some real advice, Royce.
Okay, here is a request from, all the way in the American West. Here we go. Dear Pod Gods, what should I read next? Please recommend at least one title and the reason you recommend it, and at least one title with no background or reason at all. This is from Mindful in Montana.
Montana, big sky country.
Thank you, Mindful. We appreciate the question. So this is Royce talking, and whenever anyone asks me about books, I always share my all-time favorite book. I don't care that I'm 52 years old. It is still Charlie and the Chocolate Factory.
Oh, Royce.
I have never loved a book as much. I will never love a book again as much. Nothing has engaged me as much as Charlie and the Chocolate Factory. I don't think I necessarily recommend it to you, Mindful, but I love it.
First of all, Royce, what was your major in college again? Your major in your Ivy League college was English.
Charlie and the Chocolate Factory is written in English.
You're telling me all you've read and all you've seen and all you experienced your entire life, half a century on this planet, the favorite book is a child's book?
I'm saying no book has given me as much joy as Charlie and the Chocolate Factory. But I have real recommendations to make for you, Mindful. I'll make 3.
Yeah, 3?
2 of them with a little explanation, but he also asked for one with no explanation at all.
He asked for one title.
Well,
one.
Stop!
Oh, my goodness.
First, I recommend this book to everyone who has not read it. It's called The Immortal Life of Henrietta Lacks by Rebecca Skloot. It came out maybe 10 years ago, and it is a fantastic nonfiction book that's actually 3 stories in one. One, it is the story of this woman, Henrietta Lacks, and how when she developed cancer, unknowingly and unwittingly, became the center of a major scientific breakthrough, at the center of which is questions around racism, around the morality of science and research, and what a community owes someone in terms of the care that they receive and what's going on in their own bodies medically. It's also the medical story of what was going on with this woman's cells when she got cancer. So you learn this fantastic science around what is it that made her cells, as they call it scientifically, immortal, and what impact did her cells have on the medical profession and on treatments and medications that we receive to this day that you might very well have taken today. And it's also a third story, the story of how this book was written in the first place, how a white woman who is writing the book becomes involved in the ancestors of Henrietta Lacks in more or less the present day and has to navigate this strange world of connecting culturally with people about their long-deceased relative, and how she has to explain how this relative is somehow, in this sense, alive today through science. It's a fascinating, fascinating story. Have you read The Immortal Life of Henrietta Lacks?
I have read it. I love the book. It is absolutely wonderful. And I don't know if you saw in the news recently that there was just a case settlement with the family of Henrietta Lacks with one of the big pharmaceutical companies. They are finally getting their due.
Good. Justice long overdue.
I think this book must have helped that, and I'm happy for that family. It's a wonderful read. Highly recommended.
Another book I'm going to recommend to you, Mindful, is a book by Barbara Kingsolver called Demon Copperhead.
Oh, yeah.
It is a more or less modern retelling of David Copperfield by Charles Dickens. It is set, rather than in England, in West Virginia and Appalachia, and it has, by leaps and bounds, one of my favorite narrators of all time. Like the book David Copperfield, Demon is the one telling his own story, and it's told in fantastic perspective and prose. And even if you've never read David Copperfield, which I have in fact not read, Demon Copperhead is amazing. How about Demon Copperhead? Have you read that one?
I have read that one. First of all, how could you have been an English major and never read David Copperfield?
I'll be deleting that later. No one will know.
That I would keep that a dirty little secret. I have read it, but I'll tell you how I read it. I did the audiobook of Demon Copperhead, and it is absolutely fantastic because it's set in a very specific part of Appalachia, and the reader, whose name I cannot remember, sorry, does such a great job capturing the sound of that part of West Virginia.
And Mindful, you asked for one book with no context at all. The title is this: Pure, The Sexual Revolutions of Marilyn Chambers by Jared Stearns.
Oh my. Woo. All right. Marilyn Chambers. There you go. All right. Mindful in Montana, you asked for one recommendation. I will give you one. And similar, Royce, I'm going to go with my favorite book. I actually have two favorite books of all time.
James and the Giant Peach?
Oh, gosh. No, mine are adult books for grown-ups. One I'm not going to mention. I'll save that maybe for another episode. But the other is The Road by Cormac McCarthy.
Fantastic.
I absolutely adore this book. It came out many years ago now, and it is a story of a father and son who are navigating a post-apocalyptic wasteland, and it's harrowing. It's a family story. It's this bond between father and son drives the narrative, and it is terrifying and beautiful and moving and hopeful and apocalyptic all at the same time. I think about this book, and what in my mind comes is a vision. It's an image, and the image is a light in the darkness. The Road is that. It is light in the darkness, and I absolutely flipped for it. It's not an easy read. I mean, it's emotionally draining to read, but it is a wonderful, wonderful book, and I could not recommend it more highly.
I agree 100%. Haunting and beautiful at the same time.
The other recommendation with no follow-up is going to be Cruelly Yours, Elvira.
Oh, I love that book too.
It's Cassandra Peterson's memoir of her life in show business.
Who's Cassandra Peterson?
She is Elvira, Mistress of the Dark.
I love it.
Okay, my turn. Royce, I'm going to read the next piece of advice. Are you ready?
Ready.
Here's what we got. I have a resting nice face that invites random people to talk to me. Usually not a problem, but sometimes it leads to people to try to get me to join their religion. That's from Brandy in California.
Hi, Brandy.
Hello, Brandy. Now, I guess technically this really isn't a call for advice, but I'm gonna assume some advice here, which is what to do when people approach her with her nice face. Because my advice is not going to go get plastic surgery to not have a nice face. You have a wonderful face, no doubt. The issue is people keep coming up to you and asking for things because you look approachable. Here's my advice. Be nice, be respectful to the degree you are comfortable. Have your boundaries, have your issues. If someone comes up and asks for directions or wants you to join the Church of Latter-day Saints, but okay, hear what they have to say. If you're interested, ask more. If you are not interested, send them packing and put on your mean face.
I think that's good advice. I would also say, try this, Brandy. You should wear one of those old COVID masks that we all still have in a drawer somewhere. Wear it, but wear it just on your chin, like those people did ridiculously. And then when people walk by, cough. Cough a lot, cough so much that someone with tuberculosis would feel pity on you, and it will stop them 99% of the time. Try that. Also, I'll say, I have a feeling, Brandy, people are coming up to you because you are pleasant and you hold your pleasantness in your face. Sharing a smile with someone costs nothing. 99% of the time, it's a wonderful thing to share with someone. And that 1% of the time, when the guy takes it the wrong way, kick him in the balls.
That's fine.
Yay.
All right. That was good, Brandy. I hope that will help you the next time the Hare Krishnas approach.
Ugh. All right. This one is a bit of a sad one, Brett. Are you ready?
I'm ready, Royce. Go ahead.
My mom has terminal cancer. Not ideal. We have told people they care about her and would appreciate updates, but they are sometimes reluctant to reach out. What's the best approach from both sides? Should we set up a Caring Bridge site and update it so people can check it? Should people just reach out when they want information? Lots of love, Elizabeth in Alaska. Hi, Elizabeth. I am so sorry for you and for your mother and what you're going through.
I'm so sorry too, Elizabeth.
As you might know if you listen to our podcast, cancer is something that both Brett and I deal with in different ways and at different levels. But part of what we've had to deal with is how to communicate to the people who love us about what's going on. And one piece I have learned very early: our stories are ours to tell in whatever way we want, whatever's comfortable for us. So ultimately, it's up to your mother to decide how she communicates, to whom she communicates, and the frequency she communicates. So trust her, and her mind can change as her condition changes, and sometimes might rely on you to help interpret that to some extent. But ultimately, this is not about the other people who want updates. This is about your mother. It is her story to tell in any way she wants. I will say for me, the way I do it, I tend to use email and text. It's not ideal for other people, but it is not my role as I deal with cancer to make other people feel comfortable or to think about their convenience. I'm allowing myself to be selfish here. I'm going to tell the story about me the way I want it to be told, in exactly the way I want it to be told. And I hope that can be the same for you and your mother. Setting up websites, setting up communication strategies, an email list that you can just BCC everyone, that might work. But ultimately, it's up to your mom. This is one of the ways that you can love her at this time.
Royce, I really appreciate that. I wanted to give some advice on the other side of the conversation, which is friends and family and people who care about your mom, who want to know how she's doing. To those people, I say, understand what she's going through. She may not want to share. She may not physically be able to on any given day. And you have to weigh your interests in knowing how she's doing with hers. I agree with you, Royce. It's her story to tell, and everybody else just has to accept that. And even if it means they're getting less information less frequently than they might like, that is okay. It is okay, loved ones, if you don't know how she is today. It is okay if you don't know how she is tomorrow. The most important thing you can do is communicate your care and concern to her. And my suggestion is to do it in a passive way that doesn't demand a response from her. So for me, there are times when an email or a text was much more warmly received than a phone call. A phone call, you feel you have to drop everything and pick it up and put in that time right then and there. And there were times when I was going through my treatment, certainly, when I really did not want to be on the phone. And, I have caller ID. I can see who's calling. It's someone who I know loves me and who I love, and I want to talk to them, but I just couldn't. Sometimes it was better just to get a note. A card in the mail. Oh my gosh, a card in the mail.
Oh,
what a lovely throwback that is. And it means so much. It seems such a silly thing. Even if it's a cheesy card you bought at the 5 and dime, just to get something tangible in the mail that expresses what you're feeling and to send it, it can mean a lot. Work on her schedule, not yours.
Beautifully said.
Okay, the next one comes from Juan de Noche in New York City.
We have porn stars who listen to us?
Juan de Noche, first of all, I'd like to say I loved your Super Bowl halftime show.
Nice.
Well done. Okay, Juan, here's what you had to say. Hello, the best we can do. My wife, who is the love of my life and someone I adore and cherish beyond eternity.
Aww.
I know. Has trouble sleeping and has found comfort in listening to podcasts on her phone in bed each night. She says it helps her relax and fall asleep to the calm voices in the background and that I should be grateful she doesn't need sleeping pills, and I truly am. But having a phone in bed every night feels wrong to me. It disrupts the calm, the feng shui, the sense of sanctuary that I want our bedroom to be. Technology has completely taken over our lives, and now there is an iPhone in our bed every night. How can I lovingly help her find a healthier, more balanced way to fall asleep that doesn't involve bringing her phone into the bed? Thank you.
Somebody's going to get a talking to the next time the wife listens to a certain podcast I can think of.
First, I'm going to say, if you're looking for a podcast to fall asleep to, I know one. I can think of a great one. Wouldn't you like to fall asleep to this voice every single night?
Charlie and the Chocolate Factory.
I was an English major who loves children's books. Okay, Juan, your wife has a legitimate need. She needs something to help her sleep. And I agree there's lots of pharmaceuticals and all these things that can help. And I'm glad, I think, as you are, that she has not gone that direction. She's not doing something wrong. That's where I wanted to start. I think it's okay what she's doing. She's found something that works for her. Sleep is very, very important. And she's engaged with that. I'm okay with that. I hear what you're saying, that there is now this third thing in bed with you, and it's the phone. This doesn't bother me so much. If she was staring at it, watching YouTube videos or TikToks all night long, and she was up till 3 a.m. every night, that is a legitimate problem that I think I would respond very differently to. It seems to me you've had your day together. You sound like an amazing couple. She just needs to fall asleep, and she has found something that works for her. My advice, and maybe this isn't what you're hoping for, Juan, go with it. Celebrate it. Maybe you can find a podcast that you both like that you can both listen to. Probably not this one.
Only this one.
The Best Sleep We Can Do by Brett and Royce Connor. I hope that you have spoken to your wife about this. I don't want this to become an issue for you two, and it shouldn't be. Sleep is important. Your bedroom's a sanctuary. I agree with that. You need to maintain that. It does take some work to maintain that. But I think it's okay that she's bringing in things that help her enjoy and appreciate that space more. My vote goes with your wife. What do you think, Royce?
Well, Juan de Noche, I'll start with this. Here's some advice. Let the woman sleep. She needs sleep. Things are hard. In New York City, she really needs sleep. So let the woman sleep the way she needs to sleep. I will say, now I'm speaking to your wife, I also enjoy listening to things when I sleep, but I also am married to someone who does not like having that in the bedroom. The way I found a solution was I found these fantastic Bluetooth headphones that slip over your head like a kind of earmuff in the winter, like a headband. They're made to be slept in, so you can sleep on your back and sleep on your side, and you don't have to worry about the discomfort from normal headphones. And they connect through Bluetooth, which means your phone can be on the nightstand or on a desk. It's not in bed with you, and you are listening to it without any interruption to anyone else. So if that sounds like something that might work for you, find them. They're online. They are great. Those Bluetooth headphones for sleeping. They've made a big difference in the way my husband and I sleep.
All right, Juan, thanks for writing. Royce, you're up.
My turn. Okay, this is coming to us from Mary in Minnesota.
Mary in Minnesota.
We've had Minnesota on our minds for the last few weeks, so we're definitely thinking of you, Mary, and we'll see if we can do something to make things bright and cheery and happy for you. Here we go. Here's what Mary shared. How about sharing some vacation planning advice? How do you decide where, when, and how to vacation? How do you balance competing interests of the parties involved, like kids, spouses, friends, and parents? How do you figure out how much to spend or how much to have fun on a budget? Mary in Minnesota. Oh, Mary, that is a lot. I take vacationing very seriously. This could be a whole episode. Maybe we should make an episode based on Mary's good question. How to take a vacation.
Love it.
Let me share just 2 elements of which there could be 100. 1, you need to travel with people who are the right time friend. Now let me define that for you. I have found in my advanced old age that my group of friends is not a monolithic group. They are in fact divided in my mind by time. So I think of them as time friends. So once you are a friend of mine, once I feel that close to you, once you've reached that level, you then go into this new group of time friend. And what I mean is, how long do I want to spend with you before I don't want to be around you anymore? So I have some friends who are what I call hours friends. I love to hang out with them for a few hours, go out to drink, go out to a restaurant, and spend some wonderful, fantastic hours together. And after that, I'm ready to go home. I have some friends who are day friends, love to spend the day with them, go into the city, go on a hike, love to spend a day. Any longer than that, spending a weekend with a day friend is a lot. I do have weekend friends. It's great to go on weekend trips with them, but after that, I'm ready. So you need to find the people who you travel with and you like for that period of time. The last thing you want to do is go on a 2-week vacation with an hours friend, because soon into it, you're going to start to hate it. So if it's a week trip, think of who are my week friends. If it's a weekend trip, think who are my weekend friends. Travel with them.
Here's my advice for planning a trip. Let's say you know who you're going to go with, and maybe it's a small group. Decide where you want to go. Do not spend any time talking about where you do not want to go. Therein lies madness. It is so unhelpful to get endless lists. Well, I don't want to go here, I don't want to go there, I don't want to do this, I don't want to do that. Stop that conversation immediately. Focus on where do you want to go. And maybe it's a specific place, maybe it's a more general sense. I want to go somewhere where they speak this language. I want to go somewhere where they have this kind of food. I want to go somewhere where I've been before, or somewhere where I've never been before. Think about what are the parameters of that experience that you want, and then start finding places that fit those parameters. That's a great place to start. Generally, my advice is to pick a vacation the way I pick eyeglasses. The way I pick eyeglasses is I walk into the store and there's a whole wall of frames, and I pull every frame off that wall that I think is even in the ballpark that's going to look good. And I drive the people there nuts because I want this one, try this one, I got a whole mountain of frames in front of me. Then I try them all on. And then I decide I don't like some, I like others, and I start a pile of the ones I like, and I discard the ones I don't like, and I go through a few rounds of this. I like it, don't like it, I like this one more, I like this one less, and I cull it down more and more and more till there's about 3 left. And at that point, I look at the price. That's how I buy glasses.
You are insufferable in every part of your life. You can't even buy glasses without bringing down the entire business. Insufferable.
My approach works really well. I don't start thinking, well, this is my budget, this is what I want to spend, and da-da-da-da. I know that, but that's not the important thing in the beginning. The important thing is, what do I like? What am I excited about? You can do this for your vacation. Where am I interested in going? Where do I want to spend my money? And once you've come up with that list, then price it out. Are you going to go far away? Does it require a plane? Do you require a passport? Is it expensive city? Is it a cheap rural place? Then you can start thinking about the money part, but don't start with the money part, end with the money part. You know how much money you have to spend. If you haven't figured that out yet, God help you. Find it. I also am going to put a big pitch in for a staycation, doing a vacation in the place where you live.
Nice.
I have done a few of those. Royce, you and I have done a few of those together. And they are cheap, they are easy, and they are so much fun because you get a chance to do the things you never, ever, ever get to do in the place you live.
I agree. You're making me remember how good a vacation planner you actually are. The nice benefit of being insufferable is that you do cover a lot of bases with logistics and details, and I like you doing all the planning. So there's some other advice for you, Mary. Find someone who loves planning and let them do it.
Oh, as a very, very avowed planner, I agree. If I'm in planning mode, I don't really want to hear from other people. I'm doing my planning thing. I don't want to hear another planner's advice. No, I'm doing it. Once I know the parameters, I'm running. I'm running with it, and let me run.
I love it. All right. Want to move to the next one?
Yes, let's do it. Okay, it is now time for our favorite segment on The Best We Can Do. If you've been listening, we've only done it once before, but it was so popular we had to bring it back. It's time for That's My Myrna.
That's
My Myrna.
my Myrna.
That's my Myrna.
That's my Myrna.
Who's that? That's my Myrna.
We felt it was important in this part of the episode that you hear not just our wisdom, which I'm sure has been impressing you so much so far, but we are going to bring in one of the greats when it comes to wisdom and advice, our mother.
Yes, sirree. Mom is the best, so we're going to give her a call. We're going to bring her in, and we'll still share our 2 cents, Royce. It'll be good. But we're definitely wanting to know, what does Mom think about this one? So let's give her a call right now, okay?
So excited.
I'm here.
Hey, Mom.
Hi, Mom.
Hi, how are you guys?
We are very good. We're excited to see you and talk to you today.
You're not recording, are you?
Well, I don't know what you think we do on this show. This is a podcast. We record.
Oh, you're recording right now. Okay. I didn't realize that.
Okay, Mom, this is Brett. We have, as you know, received some advice, and we, as well as our listeners, would love to know what you think about this bit of sought wisdom. Here we go. You ready?
What makes you think I have a lot of wisdom?
Okay, here we go. My partner and I are in our 60s and retired to Spain a couple of years ago. We lead a very full life here, doing volunteer work, taking classes or teaching them, reading, writing, socializing, and traveling. The problem? When people ask what we do and we say we're retired, many are taken aback. There's a weird mix of resentment, jealousy, and judgment, as if to say, it's not fair, you need to keep working until you're too old and decrepit to take any pleasure out of life, like I probably will be. We're measured in our response and don't throw our fortunate situation in people's faces, yet we often feel that these questioners expect us to apologize. Do you have any suggestions for a disarming response? And this comes from Brent and Craig in Barcelona.
Barcelona.
Brent and Craig. Okay. Hello, Brent and Craig. I really believe that a loving and caring person would be happy for you, no matter what age you retired. Because I know me and your father, we worked so hard for many decades to have what we have and to be able to retire. There's nothing to stop people from working hard and working for what they think they should have in life, because you do have to work hard. And there's nothing to stop them from doing the same. And if there is, this world has a lot of good people to help you in lots of ways. You don't have to apologize to anyone because you've worked so hard to get what you have.
I think that's great, Mom. I completely agree. This is Brett. I don't think these two have anything to apologize for. It is not their problem that they worked hard and they achieved success and they were able to move to Barcelona, home of my favorite soccer team. Brent and Craig, I hope you have season tickets. That would be great.
Well, that's where my brother lives, your uncle.
He does not live in Barcelona.
Spain.
He lives in Spain. So we have family in Spain. And know what they did?
Yeah.
They retired and moved to Spain. No apologies necessary.
Exactly.
My uncle, Mom, this is your brother, he was a Manhattan mailman. He was in the Postal Service his entire career. That is a tough job. And let me tell you, after decades and decades of dragging mail up and down Manhattan, you deserve some time to enjoy yourself.
Amen.
Brent and Craig, I don't think you were in the mail service, maybe the MALE service, but that's a whole other story. You earned it. And you don't have to apologize to anybody. You want a disarming response for someone? Cierra la boca. There's your response.
This I was thinking too, and Mom, you must agree with this. Isn't one of the most wonderful parts of getting a bit on the older side and working so hard is you get to this point where you no longer have to care what people say about what you do and why you do it? Aren't you supposed to be free from all that nonsense and not care about these people and the stupid things they say?
Well, it's not that you don't care about them, and I don't want to think that they say stupid things. I don't think they realize what they're saying. If they're jealous, so be it. That's not going to affect me in any way. No, that doesn't bother me, really. That wouldn't bother me, but maybe it does bother some people. All I can say is that if you've worked darn hard to have what you have in order to retire and do the things you love, then you should never have to apologize for it.
You know what, Mom, this is Brett. It makes me think it is okay to feel jealousy. Believe me, am I a little jealous?
Yeah.
These people are living the high life in Barcelona. That's something to be a little jealous about. But that is part of a mix of emotions. I'm also very happy for them. I'm very excited. I'll be calling them soon to see if I can stay with them. This is all part of my response. But you don't have to say it out loud. Keep it to yourself. If you're feeling jealous, fine, be jealous. Just shut up about it.
Agreed.
Agreed.
Well, look at that. The whole family's come together for you, Brent and Craig, everybody.
It's like the Thanksgiving we never had.
Finally, at Thanksgiving, we could all agree on something.
Well, that's lovely. But we are going to let you go, Mom. Thank you so much for sharing your wisdom with us.
What wisdom? Okay.
Mom, you are the best. Thank you for once again being here for That's My Myrna.
Yay.
Okay, love you.
Love you, Mom.
Love you too. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Okay, then.
All right, let's go and hit the next one, shall we, Royce?
Okay, Brett, here we go. We have one coming in from, this is an anonymous
Ooh,
submission.
That's fine. We got some. That's all good.
All right, no name. Here we go. I would like to get into fitness activities, but I hate them. Can someone who has experienced a runner's high explain how they got it? Well, anonymous, I'll tell you. If you want exercise recommendations, don't ask me. You'll get better recommendations from the Stephen Hawking Foundation. I only get a runner's high when I'm chasing after the ice cream truck. I hate it. I am not one of these people who says they hate exercise and then they do it and they talk about how good it makes them feel. It doesn't. I hate the beginning, the middle, the end. I hate it all. I just don't know what the joy is, except for one part. I deal with various mental health issues, and I have found I feel so much better mentally once I've exercised, even just a little bit. A walk around the block is all it takes sometimes. But I've thought of exercise as something that is fine for my body, but it actually matters to me more in my mind, and that's what gets me through it. So if you think of it like that you're getting benefit from it beyond just the physical benefit, consider that. I also benefit from having someone here in my home who encourages and motivates me, and that's my husband, Aaron. He's not pushy, he does not judge, but he is positive and supportive and encourages me every time I need it. So he's like my exercise AA sponsor. So that's what you need to find your exercise AA sponsor who can encourage and motivate you. It doesn't have to be something you do together. It can just be someone who checks in with you and you check in with them and you can encourage each other. Try that.
Royce, I'm going to give advice similar, which is I used to do a morning boot camp. It was this super intense 5:30 in the morning.
Oh, it sounded awful.
But I was way into it. They didn't stop me from having a stroke and getting cancer, but I still, for years and years, did this major boot camp, and I loved it.
He speaks the truth. He had a stroke at the gym.
I did. I absolutely had a stroke there. So that, that's a problem for all you exercisers out there. It's not going to save you. Anyway.
If you smell toast on the elliptical, call someone.
Warn 911 that. But what I loved about it was a social event as well. I loved going because I loved the other people that went. And not only did I go and get exercise, and that is very good for you, despite what happened to me, it's generally very good for you. The fact that there were other people doing it with me. You're all there for the same reasons. You instantly have something in common. I loved it.
Great. Brett, I think we are on our last advice request here.
The last bit of advice we have to offer.
Haven't we caused enough damage?
There is more damage to be done, Royce. Now this one comes from family.
Family! I know who this is from.
Oh, our wonderful cousin Lynn. Lynn, we adore you. Thank you for listening. Thank you for sending in some thoughts that we could help you with.
She's one of our original besties.
Absolutely one of the best besties. Here's what Lynn has to say. How can I get a refund on the Christmas gift you two gave me? It didn't help or work.
Lynn. Brett, could you describe the gift that she is referring to? She included an image.
Yes. The gift is a book titled Indian Love Signs. Thoughtful in Montana, here's a recommendation for you. Indian Love Signs. How Native American astrology can help you find someone to love.
We gave her a book about how Native American astrology can help her find love. That explains so much. Lynn, I'm so sorry. We caused so much damage.
I am shocked to learn that Native American astrology did not help you find love. The best part about the cover of this book is there's an image.
I don't know if we should describe the image. Aren't we always almost canceled as it is?
It is so bad. It's a man and a woman, a Native American man. I would say the Native American man looks like what you would think. The woman, however, she is white as a porcelain doll with her head nestled on the shoulder of this Native American man, her eyes closed, as if she's praying, or I don't know how to read the expression on this woman's face.
She looks like the Virgin Mary with feathers.
It is ridiculous, and frankly, it should have been a sign that this was not a good source for love.
Another good sign is, do you notice the cost of this particular book?
I did notice because Lynn asked for a refund, which is $1.09.
That's so specific, $1.09.
And 9 cents is for the people.
Well, Lynn, we don't know if we can get you the refund right now, but if you're going to ask one of us for $1, ask Brett. I don't have anything. I don't even know if in this day and age, years later, there's a lot in the Native American world that can help you find love. I don't know. You could get a land acknowledgement tattooed to your crotch, something like that, maybe.
Oh, my goodness. I wanted to say, when someone gives you a gift, what makes you think you can get a refund for it? You're not the one who bought it. The other person is. I should be getting a refund. I'm the one who paid for it.
She's after our money. She wants our wealth.
I'm seeing through this ploy, Lynn. You'll get nothing out of me. Nothing.
Ha!
Go take your Native American astrology to the bank. See what they'll do.
Some people. Ugh.
The rudeness. Look, do not look for love in the stars. Look for love online like everyone else. Lynn, we love you. All the stars in the sky cannot represent how much love we have for you. I'm sorry they didn't come into the right Native American alignment for you, but hey, keep looking up.
We love you, Lynn.
Love you, Lynn.
Well, Brett, it was fun sharing advice with you today.
So much fun. Thanks, Royce.
I think what I will tell you, besties, now that I've had some time to reflect and we've made several listeners' lives demonstrably worse, I think continue out there to ask for advice. You have trouble you're dealing with, some large, some small. Ask people you trust. Ask people you don't necessarily know very well, but think they might have a perspective for you. So go and seek advice, but above all that, trust your gut. You have insight, you know yourself, you know what you need, so seek advice, but trust your gut.
I agree, Royce. Advice, it's a double-edged sword. It can be very helpful. It can help expand your horizons and really broaden your thoughts, but it also can just reinforce what you're already thinking, and maybe some things you just don't need advice on. Maybe you just need a push in the direction you already know you want to move in. That's fine, but don't take advice from us.
Oh, we are just as clueless as you apparently are.
That will wrap things up for this episode. Thanks to our theme composer, Seth Weinstein.
And thank you, besties, for spending time with us today.
We know you're doing your best out there.
We can't wait to see you again soon. Like and subscribe so we can stay in touch.
You can follow us on Facebook, YouTube, Instagram, X, and Blue Sky.
Find those links, other information, and email us at www.thebestwecando.com.
For now, I'm Brett Connor.
And I'm Royce Connor.
Next time we'll try to do better, but for now, this is
the best we can do. Thanks, everyone. Enjoy the advice.
Bye-bye.